Alright, I think I'm live. Hello! Boys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We're going through some trials, and Maya's hopefully gonna have some tribulations. Okay, here she is, our good old waitress. In the last one, we started a new investigation. Things and stuff have happened, so let's review, shall we? We have a phony Phoenix Wright. The phony Phoenix Wright defended Maggie Bird in court. You'll remember her. She was the love interest of Detective Dick Gumshoe. And she has been accused of murder of her old boyfriend back in the day. We got her off the hook. Now she's being accused of poisoning Glenn Elg, our palindromic friend. And in doing so, she has been found guilty because she sought out the help of fake me, not real me. But now real me is stepping in, and it's gonna be my job to try and clean up this mess for her. We're in the middle of the investigation. We're playing Scooby-Doo. I've gathered some clues, but I haven't totally figured out everything yet, and I'm trying to figure out the last couple of things before we go to trial. Hellos I think are in order. Deo Communist says hello all. Oh, and I've been trying to speak French. It's been a nightmare for everyone involved. Leave now if you don't want to cringe. Cosmetology Corner, hey, how was your day? Is the snow finally cleared from the parking lot? Yes, this is actually good news. I just finished. I was out putting my muscles into use and shoveling snow. They ran the plows through the parking lot, so they cleared out, like, the actual lot part. I still was, of course, walled in by a big old wall of snow, my car specifically, but today it actually warmed up a little bit, so the snow is very, very malleable, shovelable. But tonight, the temperatures are dropping down into, like, the single digits, and by the weekend, it's supposed to go down to negative digits. This is also in Fahrenheit, by the way, for the record. Because we're here in America, we're still too, stubborn to convert over to a system that would make far more sense. Anyways, I digress. So it's gonna get real cold, and it was pretty much now or never. If I didn't shovel out the car tonight, overnight, it would have frozen into an absolute ice block. It would have been impossible to chip away at that thing. So the good news is my car is free of any and all snow. There are a couple of cars that are still buried in the snow, and yeah, if those people don't clear their cars off tonight, they are absolutely going to turn into ice blocks overnight. So that is unfortunate. Zach, hello, good to see you. Angel H, hi, welcome to the chat. Stephen Raisin, hello. Jacob Welch, good to see you. Dave Abler, a swell evening. Alessio, here we go. My God, there's so many of you guys coming back here. That's everything. You sent a message, but then you retracted it. And Tom Leah, with the pace I've been going, I should be able to join you for the live streams next week, hopefully. Ace Attorney works surprisingly well on 1.5 speed while yeah, speed me up, please. Hello, Mr. Nick. Also, you've been trying to learn French. Interesting. Well, not really learning. Trying to learn how to pronounce a couple of French words. Not very well, might I add. Okay. We need to figure out what we're gonna do next, alright? We've already talked to Maya. I don't know if there's anything new we can show her. Hey, girl, are you surprised I got my Magatama back? Sorry, Nick. I'm a waitress now. I got a pile of work waiting on little old me. Oh, right. Okay, does this mean anything to you? No, I guess not. I don't know, I guess just keep throwing things in people's faces until somebody says something. That's pretty much my strategy tonight. Because I'm a little bit stuck on what exactly it is I'm supposed to be doing. Let's stop in at the writing company law offices. No, that's the T. Quick, French prop quiz. Goddamn, no. This is the problem of being uncultured. Dick! Baby! Do you have anything to say about any stuff? No? Okay. Alright, well, the guy who we were grilling when we last left off was, our old man. So let's go talk to him, or let's try to. If I can find him, that is. Curtis Price, how's my mom doing? She is still doing well. Her surgery is tomorrow. So it was a Thursday surgery, not a Wednesday. She did go in to have some oral surgery done today. But that was like a dental thing. The whole arm slicing open thing, that's its own can of worms. And I guess that is going to be resolved first thing in the morning tomorrow. So, hopefully I'll have a positive update for you on her arm, and hopefully it'll be doing a little bit better after that. Show Maggie's pic to Dick. Oh, I could do that really quick. Hang on. Let me just... poor Phoenix, look at... We're making him run around all over the place today. Alright. Dick! let's ask you about some people. How about Maggie Bird? Have you gone to see Maggie? Have you gone to see her? Of course I have, but I wasn't much good at consoling her. I'm not very good with words, pal. You don't say. Yeah, I guess I must have looked a bit down. Maggie was really supportive of me. It was great to have someone to talk to. Did he go for her or for himself? Jacob Welsh, I'll give you a small hint. You need to show a certain person's profile to somebody. I think I'm gonna try and show some profiles to the old man. But while we're here and talking to Dick anyways, let's just keep throwing some people in his face. Oh, the chef of Tribulations, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is full of toxins. And he gave me this bottle, pal. Yeah, what's in it? Yeah, okay, we actually said all of this stuff. Sorry, if you're interested, you can watch some of my other streams. We've been here, done that. Same things about Victor Kudo. Oh, he looks like one of those grouchy old man types. Yeah. It's okay though, pal. I don't mind guys like that. But if he's involved with this case somehow, that's a different story. Right. Here's a tip for you, pal. If you want to get information out of a guy like that, you're gonna have to find his weakness and try to get under his skin. Alright, well, we know that his weakness is, shapely women. So, what if we go show him a shapely woman? Let's see how that works out for us. I can see why Phoenix doesn't have a car when he's the physical embodiment of speed. Yeah, that's how he keeps his body so jacked. Where? God. The hardest part is finding your way around town. Alright, from Tribulations, we can go to the kitchen. Not the kitchen, that's not where I want to go. Just kidding, I want to go to the Vitamin Park. Vitamin Square. Ugh. This man's theme, it really just slaps you in the face. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. Alright. You have anything to say about this woman? Excuse me, sir. Could I just ask you about this? Sir? There you go, boy! Oh, some pigeon feet on you! That's exactly what I was hoping for. What about Glenelg? Anything? No? Okay, no. Doesn't seem to be super helpful. What about Jean Armstrong? No. Doesn't seem to be super helpful. What about Dick? Any reaction to him? No? Okay, that's fine. What about Mia? She's really pretty. You might like her, right? No? That's fine. Okay. No? Okay. What about, Maya? She's a little bit younger. Maybe you like the younger girls? No? Okay, fine. Anything about Kudo? Yeah, I didn't figure as much. Are there new talk options? Not that I know of. So... interesting. Maybe we need to show some more people to Maya. Maya, do you have anything to say about Victor? Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah. He, fed me as well. I got a bunch of his seed in my eyes. Wait, what? Oh, Nick. You gotta stop doing that. Hey, Maya. Would you mind coming with me for a while? Oh, no! Phoenix! We're gonna use this poor girl as bait? This poor teenage... She's a teenager, right? Yeah, 19. That's still teens. We're gonna use this poor teenage girl as bait? Also, you know, I wonder how weird people find it that, I'm always hanging out with, like, teenage girls as my personal assistants. You know, Maya you might be able to get away with now that she's above age, but, like, the fact that I carry around this, like, 9-year-old girl with me on my murder investigations, I wonder if, like, the townsfolk think that's odd, and I wonder if they gossip about me and spread rumors, because I probably would if I saw, a man in his late 30s having a partner of a 9-year-old. It would be a little bit weird, right? Look, there's something I really want to ask this old man. Sure, I'll just go get changed. Oh, no, Maya, actually, that's gonna ruin my plan. I really need you to be in this outfit specifically, all right? You have to show some leg for me. Oh my god, we're really doing this. Could you go like that? I guess I can. Oh, this is uncomfortable. I didn't know this was gonna be the play, boys. Hey, sir. I got something you might want to take a look at. Ah, here we go. Oh. Well, I see. Nick, His eyes are burning into me. It's okay, Maya. I think it's going pretty well. You just, you know, you tough it out, girl. It's gonna be fine. Oh, God. Ah! Huh? You're still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, alright? Oh, it doesn't work with her. Play on the slide? Ah, oh, damn it, we were so close. Ah, just a little more and he would have spilled. Pigeon up. God damn it, Maya, your figure is too boyish. Alright, can you channel Mia for a second? I think we need a bustier woman, someone a little bit more shapely. How can we crack this guy? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's not doing it, is it? Excuse me, please, sir. Did the game do... Hang on, hang on, hang on. Oh! There's no way! Fuck! Wow, she really fills it out, doesn't she, boys? God, those buttons, they must be holding on for dear life. Alright, we know it's the third game in the series, and we know that the developers were really going for fan service right now by making the players associate with a pervert. Mia! Oh, we've got him sweating now. Oh, well! If you don't mind, sir, I'd really love to talk with you. Yeah. Of course, certainly. I'm Victor Kudo. Even from beyond the grave. Wow, oh my Christ, what is happening? Between heaven and hell, oh my god. Mia understood the assignment. Oh god. Alright. Oh wow, we can ask him everything now. He's an open book. Sir, can you please raise your other hand? I'm uncomfortable with how low it is. About the incident. Oh, you mean the old man who died after drinking the Javachino? It's like he's a different person. Yeah, it was quite a shock, even for me, girlie. He was a strange-looking boy, you know? The girl took the Javachino over to him, you see? And? Was the customer alone? Definitely! Yeah, he was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javachino and he said something like, and then he collapsed. Dead! Oh, how terrifying. You're so good at listening, you know? I'll tell you anything you want to know. Certainly seems to be telling the truth now. They even bothered to give Mia a unique pose for this part of her sprite gallery. She knows what she's doing. She's playing the game. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see this other man either. Yeah, that's actually not good for us. We need that other man. Do you like the food at Tribulations? Well, of course! I'm really quite a sophisticated man, you know? I was a young businessman once. I set up a casino in London. Really? How interesting. Eating the food at that restaurant, you know, it really takes me back to my days in France. What a lovely story. London's in England, but nice try. Oh yeah, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France. You're funny, Victor. Can't believe Mia's laughing at this guy. Jesus Christ, what are we doing? Guys, I think it might be time to admit it. I have to say, as I'm sitting here, voicing these characters in an anime video game, I think I might be a weeaboo. You visit Tribulations a lot, don't you? Of course I do! I mean, yeah. I'd like to come and see you there, sweetie. You know. Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner... I'm sorry. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure. Oh, you should be careful of that chef, my dear. Wait, the chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong? That's right! The man's an ex-con! Whoa. He's an ex-con? Yeah, Armstrong's record. Give me the tea on this. Wow. Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do? Oh, no, Those eyes! I can't take this! Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand. He steals things from his customers. Oh, we have a friend that's like that. You're talking to her, actually. From his customers. Yeah, gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a pipefler, so you be careful around him, my dear. Are you sure about this? Of course! He was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened. Have him a cappuccino. He really is a regular. Let me write you a little haiku about it. A haiku? Oh, please, never, guys, boys, girls, anyone who's listening, make sure you know this is a strategy. Never, ever, ever read and write poetry for your lovers. It's not as romantic as you think it's gonna be, and it's not gonna sound as sweet as you think it's gonna be. A Japanese poem! I'll explain all you need to know about that chef. Victor's note. Convicted before. A wicked man. Convicted. Is this the... Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Isn't a haiku 575? Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Yeah. Okay. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Victor Kudo's haiku. If he takes anything again, you let me know. It's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement. Poor guy. Couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Yes, thanks, Mia. Well, we got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. So Maya also understood the assignment. She knew she needed Big Sis to get the job done. I appreciate that. So we know our guy's next con. I guess we have enough to go confront him, so hopefully he's here this time. That's the tea. Poetry is so awkward when it's not to someone you've been with for a while. Yeah, for sure. And Angel H, the best thing about the anime is the blooper reel. Alright, maybe someday after I play all these games, I can actually watch... so there's like a real anime of Phoenix Wright. That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense. This is such a plot-driven game. January 6th, Très bien. I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation. Had enough of being a waitress, huh? Yeah, I see that for you. You seem like the type that would do it for one day and be like, you know what? I'm over it. Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant. Oh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, no! How can you leave me like this? You knew it was coming, right? I'm sorry? That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a psych lock. Or 3 of them, actually, to be more specific. I'm gonna have to break those. I think I'm gonna do it right now. Mr. Armstrong! I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. Volunteer! Of course! Christ, that animation gets me every time. I can only imagine how much fun the developers had with this. And how homophobic they might have been. Alright. Let's go for this. Maggie's motive. What is happening? I don't like this horrible feeling. Oh, he's very sad, actually. Look, I have to know the truth about what happened that day. Hello. I will confess everything. You just don't hurt me. Huh? That was a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? The man who died here had a lottery ticket. For $500,000. $500,000? Oui, but after the incident, this ticket... It disappeared. It disappeared, you say? This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. Oh, it's the motive. They said that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? My lord. You've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me. Also, but couldn't Maggie have just told us that? Like, she was at the trial. And I want to know the reason why.
No, monsieur, you doubt me, but I have confessed to you everything I know.
Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. I mean, when you look guilty as sin, throw it at him. I believe there's a very high probability that it was you. Wow. There's one piercing scream, even for a man like him.
My puppy, my...
Just move past it, George, it's fine.
Why? You have no evidence. I am not mask to mask. I'm not the kind of person who steals the property of others.
Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. Alright, Victor's testimony, kind of. Victor's note. Probably.
What is this, a poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well, I adore poems.
Good. You should read it. And put some feeling into it.
Convicted before, or wicked man, or woman. Repeat, offender.
Oh no! I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you?
Mon Dieu! Les mensonges, les mensonges. You are a liar.
You deny it?
Do not make the false accusations, s'il vous plaît. Do you have any proof? I want to see the incontestable proof that I have ever stolen from one of my customers.
Incontestable proof that he's stolen from his customers. Maybe... I mean, we don't have a lot of evidence to really work with. The only thing, I guess, is like maybe he stole this sports paper from a customer and it wasn't just left behind. That's the only item that we have that belonged to somebody else that we found in his place. Unless I'm missing a piece of evidence, which could be possible. Huh. Oh, derp! The Magatama. Alright, Jacob Welsh. I saw your comment, and that's when it clicked for me. I would hold off and for a second on that, but you definitely helped me out of a jam there. He stole our Magatama! Jesus Christ. It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong.
What is that?
This is my Magatama. And I found it in your kitchen.
No!
Wow. Scream just about broke some windows.
Oui. I have a weakness for the little trinkets and figurines. My hand just slips out, so I cannot stop it. You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right? Oui, it is not true. I am just a timid little girl inside. Monsieur, a timid little girl.
Someone someday is gonna screen these out of context. It's gonna be the death of me.
Besides, this time it was not the small trinket, oui? It was $500,000. My no! Why would I steal it? I have no need for such money.
Oh, funny you bring that up, actually.
Oh, monsieur, what is it?
Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? George just lit up the whole East Coast with that light bulb moment. Frank, hello! A little bit late, how's your evening going? It's fine, we're just wrapping up the investigation. We're about to expose this man's debt. He owes $500,000. This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it? And what I'm saying is you're unsuccessful. Ah! You have a loan, to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debt. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Oh, what a cutie. I feel a little bad for this man. Maggie's motive, talk to us about it. That bicep, though, god damn. Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place?
Z-Man, he was listening to the radio with his earpiece.
Maggie said something about that too.
The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded! Yes, $500,000, he shouted!
And the ticket?
Oui, he had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I...
Put the poison in his coffee?
No, 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 no! Oh no, you naughty man! I simply helped myself to one of his tickets.
What? Oh, for sure, that's why they call him Armstrong. We gotta identify every pun in the game.
La victime collapsed, and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, pourquoi pas? Pourquoi pas?
Move past it, George.
He had so many of them.
Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you.
No, this is not true.
No?
I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000, I mean.
But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket.
No, my fille. It was not.
That's enough! Huh? Ah! Oh! Whoa! Oh. Kudo! I should have expected to see you here at the coffee shop. Well, I guess French cafe. Mr. Kudo! What in the heck are you doing here? Ugh. This is without a doubt. That word that I tried to say, David Mahone, was pronounced sort of right. It means why not. This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. He came in here for coffee? Does his craving for coffee know no bounds? Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question.
I am the airhead, no? Just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at.
But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion. He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor. So the ticket he took was worthless? Not quite. He did win something. $1.
You see? I am just a pretty face. Without my looks, I have nothing.
What happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed, what did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the motive turns out tomorrow, won't we? I mean, if Maggie doesn't have it, then how the hell was that used as her motive?
Voila, you two. Time to laugh at the pretty little airhead.
Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash! Well, it looks like we've got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go? I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this. And certainly not again. To be continued. Well, boys, that has been a stream. Thank you for joining me today. No. So I know we didn't have time to finish it last time because it was going on a long time. So we're going to do this one a little bit longer, and we're going to go right into the trial. Part 1. Let's get started right away. We don't have a lot of time to waste. Let's see what happens today. Alright, boys, we wrapped up our investigation. Now it's time for shit to get real. We're going into court, and we know it's probably going to be a dramatic time, right? Let's live for it. It's January 7th, 9:48 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. I do ask at this time that you guys please wish me some good luck in the chat. After my last trial didn't go so well for me, I'm really trying to connect dots together better this time. Wish me luck, friends! Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? He was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor. Maggie! Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
You doing all right? How you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
And you! Yes? You'd better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. Oh, jeez, I think he's serious.
Hey, Detective, you're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So, you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. Something I say doesn't mesh with the facts. Make sure you point it out, all right, pal?
Oh, don't worry, Dick. It's what I do best.
Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
Yes. I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
Oh, God. Nothing good ever happens after those words. I can only wish. She just jinxed us into oblivion. We're screwed now, Maya. January 7th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, Court number 4. Court is starting.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Cup number 1. Boys, are you going to keep track of Kudo's coffee count? 17 cups of trial, that's his max. Bitter.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
Oh!
What's wrong?
Nothing, it's just, whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
Your Honor, that wasn't me, that was the phony Phoenix, and I've been in like 17 trials with you at this point. Shouldn't you know this by now?
Ah, I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty?
Well then, Mr. Kudo, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. I can already tell you I'm the real Phoenix Wright and I'm not the one on trial. I wasn't questioning whether you were Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out.
Alright, asshat.
There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. Or maybe he's another friend of Franny.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me.
Now then, Mr. Kudo, please, summon your first witness.
Alright, Dick, give me something good to work with. I'm counting on ya. Ooh! Didn't mean to unbutton a button. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness! State your name for the court.
Sorry, sir. Name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. He's so nervous. It's so cute. Other way around, Detective. Huh? Sorry, pal. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of the case since yesterday, sir.
Since yesterday?
Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control,
for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Oh, yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. Alright, autopsy report. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Ooh. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Great. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant, pal. Got it. Wow, only 4 tables?
What a tiny-ass establishment. I thought there were at least 6.
When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. Poison coffee was brought over to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused?
Yeah. Victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Jean Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Victor Kudo.
Got it. Still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Seems pretty straightforward to me that this restaurant had absolutely no clientele at all. Tribulations floor plans added to the court record. You would think at least by operating as like a pseudo-Japanese, like, what are those things? The maid cafes? That's like a thing in Japan, isn't it? Or am I making that up? You would think at least the women would have brought in more, like, you know, creepy men than just Victor, but... Oh well. Come, detective, take up this hammer, and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir.
That's the T. No stripping on stream, George. I'm sorry, it was an accident. These buttons just pop off sometimes. The incident.
Well, when the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. Stuff really begs a punch, pal. And, looks like Miss Bird might have, well, had some kind of motive.
Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Is this still his first cup? Classy lady. I guess I don't know how fast he drinks. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yeah? Please, no intimidation tricks this time. Is that understood? I already told you, that wasn't me. I'm delightful to my witnesses. Meanwhile, let's press everything and grill him. Victim was alone at the table. Are you sure about that? Can I stop you for just a moment?
Oh, what is it, pal? I said something that contradicts the evidence.
He's so desperate for that to be true. He's practically crying. Oh. Your testimony now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said, and oh.
What killer would say that when faced with a homicide conviction? What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? That's the words I meant to say. Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, you gotta wait till he gets slid a cup. Who's his barista, by the way? Who keeps sliding him these cups? I want to see what woman or man that's at the end of the table being like, all right, Mr. Kudo, your next cup coming right up. Shing!
Yeah, it's true. There are 2 testimonies to tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table, sir.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? You're gonna have to, because we're gonna need another man to be there. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Huh. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, right? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? It's more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Oh, he's so cool. What an own. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Troy, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? I'm not sure yet. The bailiff, maybe. He's the barista bitch. It's a nice little side hustle. It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Well, that's not good for us. Alright. keep pressing, see what else we can get. He was listening to the radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket, sir. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen? And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? How should I know? Well, thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Yeah, traces of poison were found inside his coffee cup. Hold it! So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance, sir. So, the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Oh. Huh. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? But sugar's pretty valid. Victim took his coffee black with no sugar, pal. Ah. He just likes it black, doesn't he? Ugh. Seems the poison could only have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Of course he should. Are you absolutely certain that the victim drank any of his coffee? Whoa, what do you mean, pal? Well, according to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was... Oh. Number 2. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. Ah, for me, pal. Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? Between heaven and hell, salt and coffee is... Oh my god, Phoenix, no! Oh my god, 3rd-degree burns! Wipe that off your face immediately! Put him under the faucet! Run some cold water on him! God, that's insane! But god, this sprite, though. The eyes. And the way he just stares, he's just dumbfounded. Like, did this actually happen? Is the judge gonna do anything? What is my life? These are the things that go through my head. How is the coffee cup just sticking on my head? All of the spikes are in the back of my hair. I'm not a fucking unicorn. Wow, 1st-degree burns. Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Yeah, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. He did in fact rim it pretty good. I can relate. But when you leave marks from when you've rimmed your cup, it makes a bad case for me. Also, as I was saying, salt in chocolate milk and coffee, that's a thing, are you sure? Oh yes, it's unmistakable, there is clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. Well, we knew he was gonna need a new cup after that one. The victim gulped down the bitter death of the witch. Whoa, sir, slow down a little bit! For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victim's and the defendant's, pal. Great. Got it. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. And what we found was potassium cyanide. Hold it. Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, she's a bitch. Well, that stuff's lethal, pal. Eat too much and you're history. Well, how much is too much? Good question, Maya, because that's the thing. Everything in this world is technically poisonous. It's all about the dosage of things. We consider poisons to be things that you can take in a small dose and have it kill you, but like, even water becomes toxic to you if you drink enough of it. Just ask the woman who competed in a Hold Your Wii for a Nintendo Wii contest. I think her name was Jennifer. She died from water intoxication. fun fact, alright? It's all about the dosage. Everything becomes toxic at a certain point. Even stuff that your body actually needs. Lethal dose is 0.2 grams. It's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that? You know, when you swab your ears for earwax, it's about that much. Earwax, huh? That's a really, very specific, but also pretty good telling, analogy. Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of. Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And, looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. Talk to me about this. Some kind of a motive. Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion, pal. You know what my golden rule is, detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another. Please, not at my face! Oh, I don't get it. I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. Frank, like water could kill you if you drink too much? Yes, precisely. Oh, jeez. I mean, another popular example would literally be alcohol. Alcohol, as we say, you know, pick your poison, it's literally a poison. We don't drink enough, if you're drinking responsibly, to kill you, but you've probably heard of people who have drinking too much alcohol and died. So, stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. Oh, she was... they say she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it! That's what we heard yesterday, too. Disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. Changeling DJ. That's called drowning. You got me there, Changeling. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? For sure! Why wouldn't you? Wait a minute! The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Huh. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's $500,000. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket. Wait, he has it? Yeah, one of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search. Well, that would have been good to know. Of the defendant. Oh. So the ticket was on Maggie. Maggie! Miss Bird, you have some explaining to do. What? Order! Huh. She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to this court immediately. I'd better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Alright, winning lottery ticket for $500,000 found during a body search on Maggie. Shit. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There's also the matter of this $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend to the rules. You're a judge! Don't you make a fortune? Well, I guess it depends how high this court system is that we're hanging out in. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Nick, this isn't good. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Well, yeah, that's because the court has already ruled guilty once. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance with one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. You know, it would have been really helpful if Maggie told us all of this stuff had happened in the last trial. Wow, it's not the cleanest apron I've ever seen. That stain looks like... shit, it can't be blood, can it? Huh. Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. Maybe she just had an accident, actually. Maybe she was wearing it like... Never mind. Somehow spilled coffee on herself. Coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course I do. I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? Search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. Alright, this we knew about. So, we at least saw this one coming. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. Great. That's delightful. Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it, sir. What? Alright, but my girl was unconscious. Clearly she was framed. Someone stuck it on her. Order! This court will accept these items into evidence. Great. Deadly powdery poison bears Maggie's fingerprints found in her apron pocket. Pocket! Something that's still bothering me, Mr. Kudo. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Yeah, why not? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? What? Dude, sir, are you blind? It's a giant bloodstain. Don't play games with me, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. I think we're learning something about Kudo here. Is he... Assuming he's not 100% blind, is he maybe colorblind? Like red colorblind? It sounds like he's seen all of the splotches on this apron as like either one color or like coffee stains. Interesting. You don't need to be told. Just look at it, my guy. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? Yeah, she must have gotten some on her apron while taking some of their breakfast that day. Well, you could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. All right, that actually makes sense. I was gonna say the blood would have been really confusing because our guy was killed by poison. We don't have a stabbing or bloodshed so far. Pull us something like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Thought everyone knew what that already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established. Well, Trite, seems you are a phony after all. Ugh. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Also, I wonder if, like, so his mask is red. Have you guys ever worn 3D goggles before? Or have you ever worn, the goggles that are designed to, like, the spy goggles to see hidden text? Where it's, like, they play with colors. Where it's, like, if you wear, like, the red colorings, and then the red and red blends together. Listen, I'm a biologist. I don't study how people see. But the basic fundamentals, I think, therefore, this is my presentation on how 3D works with the red-blue goggles. Color gets directed to one eye, and then color gets directed to the other eye. But also, if you wear just the color red goggles, it, like, blends or hides red colors so you don't see them. So, like, I used to play a game, Cranium Kudo as a kid, that had one of those goggles. It was red eyes, and the answers to questions were hidden under, like, a bunch of red scribbly text. So when you put the red goggles on and looked at the card, you wouldn't see the red scribbly text anymore. You would only see the word underneath. Does this make sense? Do you know what I am talking about? These, like, red answer goggles to see, like, hidden clues. Maybe his glasses are like that, or his mask, and so that's why he can't see the color red. or maybe he's colorblind, or maybe he's blind. I don't know. I'm hypothesizing. The wheels in my brain are turning, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you. All right. Focus. We're in the middle of a case. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. All right, the investigation. Let's go. The crime scene was reported at 2:25 p.m. by kind of a scary old man, sir. Wow. Fan service continues. They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were just too damn long. Poor Maggie. She had passed out from the shock. Must have been real tough for her. Victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Got it. Maggie was searched. We found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it, pal. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Okay. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. Alright, let's try this. There's a couple of things I want to question here. 2:25 by kind of a scary old man. Is that Victor Kudo? Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? He hurled abuse at them. Seeds. Seeds. It was nothing. Caught each one with my teeth. You do seem like a seed catcher. Guess not even the mighty Kudo can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the other customer in that place at the time. The only one. Right. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. So he also left to find a payphone, is that right? Was there not a phone in the restaurant? Don't phones have to exist in restaurants? Isn't that like a rule? Poor Maggie had passed out. Must have been real tough for her. Okay. How long was the defendant unconscious for? Well, the officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. Took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to be on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that. Oh, pretty and peaceful. Oh, Dick, don't be creepy. Come on, that's gross. I don't. Don't watch people sleep. That's weird. You're a professional detective, not a professional bird watcher. And also, especially when they're not actually just sleeping at nighttime, but they've actually been like fallen unconscious. Don't watch them. They need help and medical attention. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about this is the investigation. Oops, yeah, sorry. I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? You're adorable, Dick. Don't ever change. Victim didn't have any ID on him. Okay, that's weird, right? He didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. Victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. Frank, by the way, according to the YouTube channel Rangar Comparisons, the deadliest known substance is botulism toxin type H with a lethal dose of 1 nanogram. I mean, yeah, botulism toxin. It's super potent toxin, which is why, you know, it's a little bit dangerous. You need don't ever go to a sketchy doctor to get your Botox done. Because Botox is the injection of botulism toxin to literally completely paralyze the muscle cells of your face. That's why people do it on their face. It stops you from sagging and wrinkles because you can't use your muscles. You can't make these little forehead lines anymore. People who have Botox can't do that shit because they paralyze the muscles. And on your face, that's fine because your face muscles are not gonna, you know, make you dead. But You get it injected into the wrong place, and you freeze up the wrong muscles, and sir, your heart doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah, it was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents?
Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal.
Victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here.
Well, we figured out who he was pretty quick.
How? How did you figure out who he was? Wait a second.
Did I say something dumb again, pal?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Fingerprints, blood draw, DNA test.
Oh, that.
So let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going on.
Well, you see, there was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket.
Seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Tribulations.
We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds.
It's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? I think we need to hear a little bit more. Ask about his health insurance. Ask about the prescription bag.
Well, I don't know. Is Japanifornia more American or...
Alright, I guess we could circle back to both. So wait a second. What sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty, pal.
Oh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It's completely empty. Victim's prescription bag. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Tribulations. The bag is empty. Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Pretty desperate, aren't you, Trite? No. What happened with the investigation after that, detective?
Well, when Maggie searched the lot...
Alright, first, hang on. Figured out who it was. I want to ask the other question just because I'm curious to ask about health insurance in this game.
It's for my own personal, you know, knowledge.
Yeah. Ah! I don't get a chance to ask again. Damn it! I should have asked the wrong thing first. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket in the bottle of poison. Okay, press that. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Oh, hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and you see, when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes, pal.
Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Objection! That's a threat! So, Trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. It's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence?
Well, I mean, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
Yeah, well, you see, that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
Hold it. So, the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
So they're just gonna let him get away with it? Well, it was just $1, detective. I guess no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in his testimony, the judge is gonna hand down his verdict. Gumshoe isn't really giving us anything to work with, and we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are, like, Dumb and Dumber. Phoenix out here committing murders every day on the stand. Noah, hello, welcome to the chat. Thank you for dropping in. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Alright, come on, Gumshoe. Be the dumbest you've ever been. Alright, let me review my evidence. We got an empty bag, a bottle of cyanide, worn by Maggie, small pocket, big stains. Suspicious. Found during the search of Maggie. Coffee contains potassium cyanide. Victim of the scene taken from near the kitchen. Alright, we see the lottery tickets on the table. We see the coffee. We see a man slumped over. Interesting. Blueprints of the crime scene. Okay, got it. Interesting. We also have this thing. Reported by 225 by a kind of scary older man. Maggie passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. Victim didn't have any ID on him, but we figured out who it was, and then the investigation went smoothly. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. That's what feels weird to me. Nothing else missing. The fact that this bag is empty and doesn't have his prescription, that seems a little bit weird, doesn't it? Victim got it from the doctor before going to Tribulations. If he got it from his doctor before going to Tribulations, then shouldn't there still be medicine? Doesn't that imply that something's missing? Also, the other thing that I thought might have been missing is the fact that, we found this, which was left by the victim, but it appears that this was not collected by the police during the initial investigation, so I guess that would have also been missing. Right? See the blueprints again? That's where he sat. That's the kitchen. Those are the tables.
Objection!
Yeah, boy! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious waiting, so hurry up, will ya? Well, you see, Dick, you testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. I knew it! That's weird, right? Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? Oh, no, they didn't, pal. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribulations. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to? Oh, you know, you are too cool, pal! Oh my god, you guys, I'm impressing Dick. Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. That seems like a pretty obvious thing for you guys to have all overlooked. My god, I leave court for one day, you let a phony in, and all of you suddenly suck at your jobs? Maybe I'm the one who's, you know, I think my back is a little sore from carrying this entire courthouse. Witness! Why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? Well, I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Oh, that's an interesting theory. Order! Order. Well, Mr. Kudo, what have you to say about that? Huh. That's all. What? Read for the court record name, the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. I'm guessing it's probably the Hottie Clinic, am I right? What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear otolaryngological. Whoa. New ear otolaryngological. Otolaryngological. New ear otolaryngological clinic. Wow, that's a mouthful. Otolaryngological? Just what kind of illness was this victim suffering from? Well, something with the larynx, right? Could he not talk? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? Or he couldn't hear. Something with his ears? The day before the incident, Mr. Alec found himself in a fight. The day before? He took a blow to the side of his head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. Interesting. Well, maybe he ingested it by mistake. It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of medication in the victim's left ear. Did they? Can I read that? I can't open this anymore. Yes, here it is in very fine print. Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. Uh-huh. Seems this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. What? Nick? If you don't think of something quick, it's gonna be all over. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Push the medicine issue. Push the medicine issue! Only moments ago, Mr. Kudo made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elk correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Yeah, why wasn't it? So, to circle back to our original question, where did it go? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. Objection! That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You see, this is why you guys all suck at your jobs. You can't just be like, oh, it's probably not a big deal, let's not worry about it. No! That's not how investigations work, Your Honor. Ah, jeez. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. That's not for you to decide! Objection! It hardly seems that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. Yeah, thank you, Phoenix. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either, Kudo. Oh, yes, serve it to him. But it clearly did, so the possibility is undeniable. That's enough! Mr. Kudo! Is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Kudo? I sort of got my own witness I'd like to call. What? It's the old man who was, there in the restaurant on the day of the murder, pal. Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. That is something that bothers me. Yay! Good job, Nick! The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Last 6 cups, he says. January 7th, 11:03, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Phew! That was close, Nick. Yeah, tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, I think it's actually my line. I think I really did die for a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's gotta do his job, right? It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life, but it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. Right. Anyways, so the next witness is gonna be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seed. Freddy, hello, welcome, we just got out of court. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, that's usually how old men are. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever seed he's got to throw at me. Alright, are we going in for it? We're going in for the kill. Round 2, Victor Kudo, bring him up on the stand and let me annihilate him. January 7th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. There's no way Kudo's at 11 cups, right? He couldn't have been drinking that much. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Alright, Mr. Kudo, your next witness, please. Prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Right. Will the witness please take the stand? Oh, this is gonna be fantastic. Wow! Who let him bring seeds into the courtroom? Who had ever heard of no food in the courthouse? Excuse me, objection! I want him thrown out of court. Name and occupation if you don't mind. The name's Victor Kudo, born and raised and bred in the land of the rising sun. In the house of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too. Look, we don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Please just tell the court your occupation, and please stop touching your face. Occupation? Listen, youngin', how much call do you think there is in kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery. Kimono embroidery? That's what I do! Or, did. Back in Japan, I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed, pal! Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you can be an embroider for my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. What? No, there's not a lot of demand. Not a lot of people want their kimonos embroidered here in Japanifornia. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, tending to smile. Burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Yeah, people who are ordering food tend to not like seeing people at the front counter doing this all the time. Hey, can I take your order? I would just really love to handle your cash and handle your food and hand it right out to you. All right. Fun fact, so if you guys ever get a job working fast food, don't touch your face or do like gross things in front of the customers. You're gonna end up dealing with a Karen. Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yeah, I was eating some seed over a cup of Javachino. Seed? What do you think these are, huh? I see. Judge, are you gonna let him hold those in the courthouse? So, you saw everything that happened, Gramps? Did I? Oh yeah, I saw it all. Well then please tell the court. We're all ears. Sure, I'll tell you every last detail. Great, I can't wait. He's really getting into this. You should get his nose checked out. Probably. Clearly there needs to be some drainage happening in there. Just imagine the pus it's full of. The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino. Whoa, excuse me, pause. Pause. Objection immediately. That is not Maggie Bird. 1000% guarantee that, no. You know who that looks like? We only saw her for a split second, but we saw a really, really weird girl. Literally for a second. She didn't talk to us at all. She disappeared. She had that kind of hairstyle. That is not our waitress. Boys, I think I solved this case. Interesting. Serving girl brought him a Javachino. She put something in it. The man took one sip of it, and it looked like he was in terrible pain. Then he collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. Remember her well. See, no, her hair's not... Her hair's a little too short. That picture definitely had hair that like that hair was also kind of short, but a little bit longer. The Dr. Pimple Popper fan of me tells me it's rhinophema. I don't know that word because I don't know anything about pimples, but my God, I can't stand people that like to pop other people's pimples. It's gross, it's disgusting, I judge you if you do it. I'm very sensitive about my pimples. When somebody asks me, hey, can I pop that pimple on your back? I'm like, ew, no, don't you dare. Which is shockingly, the amount of like men, God, the amount of life partners you'll have. It's like a thing. Have you ever hooked up with someone and they're just like, hey, you have a pimple on your back. Do you mind if I pop it for you? And I'm like, I do mind, actually. Please don't. Mr. Kudo, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Ah, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones? Huh? What's with this political correctness bullshit? Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone! Don't forget the old values! Don't let the good old days slip away! Wow, he's a little bit short, isn't he? He's a short king. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Sweating up a storm in here. Can't wait to press this guy on everything. Young man was reading the sports paper. Let's press that. Hold it. So, you saw the victim then. You saw Mr. Glenn Elg. I wanted to know if Gaston Braun retained his championship or not. Wow, everyone's really into wrestling around here. So he's looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question. I guess. There are petitions between the tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? Ah! I go to that place to drink Javachino! I don't go to sit! I don't remember which table I was sitting at! You mean you go there to eye the witness? Well, for sure you do remember where you sit, because you're a regular. And this is also another thing about human psychology. People tend to sit in the same place over and over again. Same phenomenon happens in schools. You get a teacher who finally is like, you know what? We don't have assigned seating. You can sit wherever you want. And what happens to the students? They pick a seat and they sit in the same seat every single day. And if someone else sits in their seat, they're like, hey, that's my seat, even though there's no assigned seating. It's human nature. People are gravitated to their familiarity. So you sit somewhere once and you're like, this is my seat now. This is where I'm gonna sit for all of eternity. So a regular guy at this restaurant, he sits in the goddamn same seat every day, guarantee it. This is science. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Yeah, that too. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, and she put something in it. Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes! I dot every T and cross every I! Good. I see you're a man who has attention to detail. I see. My eyesight's fine! The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving! So you need glasses. But his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put into the Javachino as well! I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. But let's still press harder anyways. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the witness to add what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Maybe she was just trying to give him a good time. Did she really put that into the coffee? You dummy boy! She took out some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? Huh. A bottle like this, perhaps? Oh, there it is! That's the one! That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So, what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? Alicio, listen! I don't know what kind of disease I could get if I sat in someone else's spot in class. Wait, I missed that. Man took one sip of it, looked like he was in a terrible pain, and then collapsed. Alright, hold it! He took just one sip? You youngins, you waste everything! Those Javachinos cost $8, I'll have you know. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died! I kind of love him, if I'm being honest. Congratulations, you have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. But not battiest woman. I think I should set you up on a date with, Wendy Oldbag. So, it was immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yeah, he slumped over without so much as a twitch! I felt the Javachino I just drank turn sour in my stomach! Oh yeah, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is... That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair, I remember her well. Do you? You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace is what it is! I'm sorry? You can see all the way up to her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform! Objection! So, the particular feature you recognize about this woman is her outfit. But anyone could wear such a uniform, even me! Oh, Phoenix. Mr. Wright! Please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Alright. The game said it, which means that the idea was put in people's heads. I have to know. Chat, is there an image on Google Images of Phoenix Wright in the waitress uniform? It has to exist, for sure, right? Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. Yeah, there are other things I recognize better, too! Seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Press harder. Oh, sure. You saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Because it wasn't, for sure. We're on the right track. I feel confident. Since I saw the back of that other girl's head, that's sketchy to me. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendants, I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Ah, sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose. Apron straps were loose? What? And a ribbon in her hair? Does she? She does have a ribbon. We don't have that picture in court, though. We can't look at that, can we? Damn it, I want to look at the other photo again. That's fine, press this. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face. As if I wouldn't remember that! The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right! I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair! It was red! So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. Hold on. That does look pretty red, doesn't it? I was gonna... maybe it's orange, red. They're pretty similar colors. That's the T. If you Google Phoenix Wright Tribulations outfits, there's a picture of him in it. I don't have my phone on me because I'm trying to be responsible and not text during stream, but you know what I'm gonna be doing right after this stream is over. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about the straps, ask about the waitress's back. What's going on with these straps? I'm a little curious. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in the straps. Why is that? What? The ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination? Fascination? Objection! Putting him in the hot seat. People have all kinds of fetishes, Trite. We don't need to embarrass this witness. Listen, you young upstarts! I haven't got some six-strap fetish! Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright? Oh my god. Wow. They're really just pulling out all the punches in this game. I can't believe this game has gone there that many times. It's like, Phoenix Wright, we go there. Where you think we wouldn't go? We go there. Women in big breasts? We go there. Normal for the course, actually. Fetishes and straps? We go there. Men throwing around their seed? We go there too. This is Phoenix Wright, the game that goes there. Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright? I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the waitress's straps. I said I haven't got a strap fetish! How many times do I have to repeat myself? Very well. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless. Do you think the old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. That's the way it seems. She does make a good point, though. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. That's what we have to figure out. Alright, let me try and ask the other thing. Alright. Press this again. Yeah, you object. Don't embarrass this man over his fetishes. Fine, I'm gonna ask her about her back this time. Let's go with the waitress's back. The identifying features you described. All of those are things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Objection. Oh! He's got you there, Gramps. Oh my god, I've even got Godot on my side. You see, people normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe a person. That's usually par for the course and how that works. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment, I tell you! I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons! I'm just telling you what I saw, damn it! Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is. To your testimony, please. Yeah, sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. Yeah, and if I can't find a hole in him soon, it's gonna get even... Wait, what? If I can't find a hole in it soon, it's gonna get even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the waitress's face, yes? No question about it, I didn't come this far to back down! Victor Kudo never backs down! It's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. Oh, this has turned into a matter of pride for old CD now. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Interesting. I think I have an idea, actually. Let me go to that last statement. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Well, that's a little bit weird because we made a whole, fuss about how we thought that this woman was walking around with a giant blood stain all over her front side because this is worn by Maggie at the time of the incident. Wouldn't that draw your attention? Objection! Fuck yeah, it would. I'm a professional. This is going great. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Ah, that filthy thing wouldn't suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. A mess. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't! Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that, huh? Well, you have... Oh, thank God. Alright. Well, this works out great for us. Phoenix! I love that confident pose in Phoenix. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted glut, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron... It's the apron worn by the defendant the day of the poisoning. Huh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oh, oops. Is that all he's... Wow, look at my man's, he's got a little bit of a defined butt cheeks going on. Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this! Huh. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Guys, what cup number is this? Who's keeping track? Where's my Godot counters? Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That's being the defendant's Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress was put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion where I forgot what a burger customer wanted. What? He can't remember. Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. You lost count? Aw, man, now I have no frame of reference for how long this trial is gonna go on. Number 6, I believe? That can't possibly be true. We cannot only be at number 6. About the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in the question, she brought over the Javachinos. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Interesting. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yeah, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we gonna handle this, Nick? Well, we only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's kind of what I do. It's kind of my job, sweetie. Alright, let's press everything and get this guy to screw up somewhere. Okay. Wearing a broken pair of spectacles. Spectacles, you say? Dark glasses, to you! One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken! Newfangled rubbish! That's why I remember him so well! He did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Kudo's sharp appearance. We better come up with something sharp, Nick, and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Alright. He also had a newspaper in his right hand. Okay. The newspaper was a sports paper, wasn't it? Hey, young hooligan! I nearly asked him! Can't you even read without fidgeting, huh? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page without the wrestling going on? I needed to find out if Gaston Braun retained his championship title! Well, it was his paper, not yours. If you want to know so bad, why don't you buy your own paper? Why are you looking at me like that for, huh? How dare you! Ow! Gaston Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. Listening to the wireless. Alright, let's press that. The wireless? Decadent young rascal! In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper and listen to the wireless! Oh, jeez. And using an earpiece, it's selfish is what it is. It was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. He was trying to eavesdrop. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? What are you looking at me like that for, huh? How dare you! Okay, sir, please put that away. And please keep your hands above the podium. Serving girl question brought over the Giappuccino. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go! Isn't that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw it from the front or from behind? My eyes don't lie! Alright, dude, my god, relax. I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence. Picks up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. His free hand? Yeah! Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before, those cloth ears? I said he was wrestling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand could it possibly be? Oh, jeez, okay, his left hand, I got it. Perhaps the great Mr. Trite has three hands. Alright, I was only asking. No need to gang up on me like that. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. Well, I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. Well, hands is a video game trope. So this, unless it's a red herring, it catches my eyes because typically, in like mystery games, when they make a point of somebody did something with a hand, and they specify if it's the left or the right hand, it's a very common trope of like, you mentioned the wrong hand. So it's even happened in this same game before. So is there anything about that could help us? Cup is covered in fingerprints, and if you look, all right, I think I see it actually. Do you guys see it? So it's not in the text, it's in the picture. He's got his little sippy mark on his cup, and the handle from the cup is on the right side of the cup, which would imply if he drank it facing this way, he would have grabbed it with his right hand, not his left hand. This is the detail, I think. He had a newspaper in his right hand, that's great. Serving girl, little fidget. Whoops, sorry, went too far. Let me go back. I think I found a contradiction. If I'm wrong, it's gonna be really embarrassing because I feel pretty confident about this. Damn it, I did it again. All right, one more time. All right, don't pass the last one. Picks up with his free hand and took a sip I think you remembered something incorrectly. I think.
Objection!
Oh, I know! Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory. I know! There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing! If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Oh, please, I don't want to see that. Care to tell us where this is going, Wright? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper with his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this, kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. It's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes. And on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Oh. Is he gonna sing it? Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better get back to the park. Wait! If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong! I don't care about that dirty coffee cup, I know what I saw! You still insist on your testimony then? That young brat, he was holding the cup in his left hand! Oh yeah, no question! I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am! It's that dead young hot bud! And you spike-eared yahoo, you're at fault! Me? Thank you, old man. Listen, we've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man! I've been around for 68 years, I have! You can't ignore me! Listen to what I've got to say! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Kudo! But this is my 16th cup of coffee. Alright, boys. This is the 16th cup. Were you keeping track? So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain! You can rely on Victor! Great. So hopefully that means that this is the last testimony if this is his last cup. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Okay. Kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. His left hand. Well, we know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HD, TV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters, they drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts, in good old black and white. All right, this might be our last round of pressing things. Let's see if we can take him down. So, the victim was wearing an HMD. HDTV, what does it matter? Well, it was none of those actually, but anyways. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question! I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting! Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plan. David Mahone. It is most definitely not a common tool in that line of work. And between heaven and hell, it's a scouter, not an HMD. From the opposite table, he'd only have a view of the side of the victim's head. He kept fiddling with it all the time. Fiddling, you say? Seems he kept an eye on Mr. Glen Elk. Well, he was getting on my nerves, rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made on that fuss about dying from one sip of a Javachino. That really ruined my day, you know. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked. So, Take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. Interesting. I feel like I slightly relate to this man. Do you ever feel like you have your pet peeves drive you a little too crazy and you judge people a little bit more than you actually should be judging them? Filling it before I picked up the cup, talk to me about this. The earpiece you mentioned. Which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket, or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says, on your right side you'll see the famous blah blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you?
What is this rant? My god.
No, I didn't mean that. Obviously he used the hands on the same side of his body that his earpiece was in. Oh. So, if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. Press that. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me. Looks like he really did see the guy picking up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth, Maya. But even so, yeah, something's not quite right. Well, then chuck evidence at him until he breaks! But if he's not lying, there's not going to be any contradictions in his testimony, right? What can I work with? We got... He had an issue with one of his ears. Do we know which ear? Do we have any evidence to that? Left eardrum was ruptured. There it is. Bon appetit, boys! So if his left eardrum was ruptured, he wouldn't be wearing his radio, his wireless, if you will, on the ruptured eardrum, because he wouldn't be able to hear. So on the same side as the green lens of his specs, I think this is where we present it then, right? Because he's talking about the earpiece there. That doesn't make sense, sir! Objection! I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about the observations of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question! You can lock me up if I'm wrong! It was his left ear, without a doubt! I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon, huh?
Is he singing the song? Is this what? His face is so angry.
Order! This witness's testimony is completely unreliable, Your Honor. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when he knows that the victim was ruptured, or the eardrum was ruptured. I'm fumbling my words. Well, Mr. Kudo, what do you have to say? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Wow. That's a euphemism. Captain, are you calling me a drip? Hey, give it a couple more years. To be drippin' is actually very cool. This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. This lad, he drank his cappuccino with his left hand. Damn it. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Objection! Not having it. Impossible. Impossible! The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. Is that the 17th cup? The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Objection! You're gonna overdo your coffee limit. Sadly, Mr. Kudo, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear.
Oh, that face is kind of cute.
The testimony given by this witness is useless. Ugh. I don't know if you'd be able to throw out an entire person's testimony over this debate over the right or wrong hand being remembered. I believe it's time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old foggy fool! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Oh, jeez.
Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How's your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. You know, I've kept my mouth shut till now, but there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything, but I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? It's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the cappuccino you want if you come to my house after the trial. He may be 6 to 8 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet much quicker! God damn it. I can't believe this is happening, Nick. You'd better get ready, youngster. Alright, I get the picture. Come on, just quit throwing seeds. Let's get on with this. I'm ready to go home. He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Boom! We love a good video game pun. Alright, final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of it myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his cappuccino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over, I tell ya. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh? Oh, he really thinks he did something there, didn't he? Is that all? Yep, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Are you doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenseless old man? Oh no, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, like, so? What? Your point? And? It's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're bird brain, that's what? Why, that's all you can think of. Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. Alright. I'm kind of in the same boat as Phoenix. I'm like, okay, so what does it matter? Well, let me look at my evidence, see if there's anything weird. Yeah, this is weird. It's not knocked over. Young boy slumped over. Clumsy idiot upset the vase, knocked it right over. Are you sure about that, buddy? I may be jumping the gun and I may get in trouble for this, but I mean... My dude, like, the vase isn't knocked over. What are you talking about? What? Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Could you look carefully at the table? The vase is there. Intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, I'm Scotch! Ow! Enough! If you throw any more seed in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. And they're gonna have to get out the ultraviolet lights. Pyro Demon Eye, hello, welcome to the chat. What is it now? I just remembered something. No! Someone stop this man. Yeah, go on. The broken vase! Oh, it was on my table. What? Well, you see,
It startled me when that young man collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yeah, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Whoa, too much info, sir. You've got us sweating. Your Honor, are we done here? Kudo didn't even get another coffee. You saw that? His empty hand was waiting, but nothing. The barista's like, no, you don't need another cup. We're wrapping it up here. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. There's the pun, you guys!
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute! If that's the case, I got something more to say. Oh yeah, I remember something else.
Bailiff! Escort this witness out of the courtroom.
Wait, listen to me! I'm not done talking yet! Jesus.
Josh Scott, enjoying the 2-hour streams, yeah? Do you think the 2-hour streams are okay? Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it! I therefore require both defense and prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There's one more thing, before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that this testimony should be of use. So, he summarized it accordingly to this statement. Oh, great. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. Prosecution doesn't need props like that. Kudo's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Kudo's. Yes, Your Honor. Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. Great. To be continued, boys! Alright, so you know the deal. We finished a day in court. We did not get our client found not guilty, but we also didn't get him found guilty, so we bought ourselves some more time for some additional investigative work to be done. That is what is going to happen tomorrow evening. If you guys are interested in seeing some more of us do some investigation where I might have to talk more to people that speak French, that'll be happening tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern time. As always, if you've been here for the whole stream, I really would appreciate if you guys throw a little like that way to show a little extra support. Subscribe if you do want to see more of me. You can turn on notifications if you want to catch these streams, but of course they are at the same time every day. I thank you all for being here, whether you're one of my commenters who interacts with me or just a lurker who's hanging out. As always, it's really been a hoot, and I really appreciate it a lot. So that's it for me for today. Enjoy the rest of your guys' evening. Toodles!